This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. First day of summer.
I know. It's, we thought we'd see some sunshine, but...
No. And in honor of the first day of summer, John Scalzi is off today. Not feeling well. You heard that in his voice on Monday.
Yeah.
Josh Stone joins us today. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're calling for partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies again, and we're kind of struggling to see the sunshine on this first day of summer. However, we did dodge a bullet with a now tropical storm in the northern Gulf of Mexico. Let's check out our current temperatures right now. It is 77 in Sarasota, 79 in Venice, so upper 70s across the board here. Most of the shower activity is well to our west. That's the outer edges of Tropical Storm Cindy. Nothing going on the radar for our immediate area other than an isolated shower. But of course, what we're looking at is this Tropical Storm Cindy. Sustained winds now at 50 knots, which is 60 miles per hour. Higher wind gusts. We'll talk more about this when I come back. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. We'll check the roads first off up in Manatee County. All we really see is a little bit of a slowdown at the very top of your screen there, coming down from 41. Farther south now into Sarasota County. Always interesting to see why there's slowdowns in certain spots. If you go across the Ringling Causeway, right under the word Boulevard of the Presidents, you'll see a little delay right there for no apparent reason. Also east of the interstate on Clark Road. Otherwise, all clear at 5:02 on your Wednesday morning.
Topping our news this Wednesday, signs have become a hot topic of conversation on Longboat Key.
The town is proposing to change the current regulations to comply with federal guidelines. Our Rick Adams explains.
The town of Longboat Key is a step closer to rewriting their laws and regulations for signs to comply with a 2015 Supreme Court ruling. Part of the proposed revisions would only allow 2 signs to be on a property during any time of the year. One sign that's 2 square feet and the other 4 square feet. Currently, the town has been very loose on the number of signs allowed. Stephen Kepitz has been a real estate agent on Longboat Key for 20 years. He strongly opposes the proposed changes to sign regulations on the island.
With the ruling, the way it's coming down and the verbiage that's being set forth, it would restrict realtors heavily on where we can place our signs.
One of the biggest changes that the town is pushing for is that a sign cannot be regulated based on their content, meaning that all signs would have exactly the same rules. Right now on Longboat Key, some of the different signs have different regulations.
You can't differentiate between, for instance, open house signs, real estate signs, garage sale signs, any type of special event signs. They all have to be regulated exactly the same.
For real estate agents, signs are a big part of their business and their livelihood.
Getting people to an open house, getting people to see that the house is for sale on Longboat Key is essential to maintain our property values and exposure to people who are potentially looking to move onto the island and people who are looking to sell.
Kepitz is hopeful a middle ground will be found on this issue, making it a win-win situation for everyone involved. The Planning and Zoning Board did hold a workshop on Tuesday to get more input as they draft a new sign ordinance. On Longboat Key, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
In Sarasota, police are releasing new surveillance video of 2 vehicles involved in a shooting this week in the Newtown community. We first told you yesterday on Good Morning Suncoast, one of those cars is described as a newer white Toyota Camry with graphite rims and dark windows. The other is a 2012 or newer gold Chevy Malibu with dark windows. Police responded to 32nd Street and North Washington Boulevard after multiple people reported 2 cars chasing each other and firing shots. No one was hurt, but one business was hit by bullets.
A local organization is working to get more people off the streets of Sarasota County. CASL Inc. is a local organization that provides care through assisted living facilities, independent housing, live-in support, and other services. They partnered with Blue Sky Communities to submit an application to build a new housing facility for those in need. It would be an 80-unit affordable housing complex. They received $19 million from the state for the facility, as well as for supportive services.
We're going to link them with the right people, but our position is let's make everyone successful. And again, I keep on saying this, I don't want people to survive, I want people to thrive.
The 80-unit project would be located on Fruitville near Tuttle. A closer look at the project next hour on Good Morning Suncoast.
A program aimed at raising awareness about child abuse on the Suncoast is getting a boost in funding. The Child Protection Center is receiving $7,500 from a charitable fund for its personal safety and community awareness program. That program offers education services and training on personal safety, self-defense, and behaviors to children, parents, and others in hopes of reducing the risk of abuse. That service is taught in local schools, daycares, and community youth organizations throughout Sarasota County. And the city of Sarasota also moving forward with a $1 million plan to renovate a park in the Newtown community. The commission voting unanimously to approve the improvement plans for Fred Atkins Park. The popular hangout spot is located at the intersection of Dr. MLK Boulevard and US 301. The changes include removing the current gazebo, upgrading the bathrooms, and eventually adding pavers to make the area more user-friendly.
Tourism experts in Manatee County are taking a closer look at downtown Bradenton. The Bradenton Downtown Development Authority has a community redevelopment master plan. It hopes to attract more pedestrians and improve the area's streetscape by expanding space for tables, chairs, and street furniture. The Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau is also partnering with Realize Bradenton to attract more visitors to the monthly Bradenton Walk. The Manatee County Tourist Development Council and county commissioners are pledging up to $1 million to renovate, expand, and rebrand the South Florida Museum.
We need to diversify our offering in the marketplace, and one of the reasons, aside from our beautiful sugar white sand beaches, is the arts, heritage, and culture like we have in the urban core.
The Visitors Bureau says housing in downtown Bradenton is vital in helping the area grow.
A nonprofit on Anna Maria Island is experiencing chaos in its leadership. At the center of the mess, a financial deficit for the center of Anna Maria Island. In the last 2 weeks, several board members chose to resign and then unresign. The board also voted in a new chairman via email. The leadership turmoil is allegedly caused by a more than $200,000 budget deficit. Now that the financial donations are strong, the center lost a competitive county grant. Some community members and board members also attribute the deficit to mismanagement of money. That's why the board is asking the executive director for copies of all financial transactions.
I then provided all the details of the information, every single transaction of our Visa card. The 3 credit cards that we have are Home Depot, Staples, and Walmart, and they do not have more than a $500 total balance for the 3 cards right now.
From what I'm seeing right now, everything is, okay. I'm not seeing anything out of line. I'm not seeing anything crazy.
As far as city support is concerned, $45,000 will be in the city's budget for the center. Whether that center will receive those funds is still up in the air. And driving between Palmetto and Bradenton may soon be a bit easier. The Florida Department of Transportation is presenting options to the Manatee County Commission on reducing traffic congestion throughout the area. They're looking at the possibility of adding a 3rd bridge.
When we say a 3rd bridge, what we're really referring to is an ability for those through trips that do not have an origin or destination in Bradenton or Palmetto, those trips that are coming off of 275 that want to go to points further south, get them through the area and get them out of the local traffic.
Now, it could take 10 to 15 years for the improvements to be complete. FDOT is holding a public workshop for Manatee County residents about those plans later this fall.
More students and more professors coming to New College of Florida. With $5.4 million in new state funding, the college will expand its enrollment by 50%. More students will also require more faculty. The college now recruiting 15 new teachers for the upcoming school year. Eventually, 40 new professors will be hired. New College's enrollment is expected to increase from about 900 students to about 1,200 students in the next 5 years. Officials say despite that growth, the school will maintain its 10-to-1 student-faculty ratio.
A new surgical center could be on its way for Venice residents. The medical complex would be built off Laurel Road next to the planned Venice campus of Sarasota Memorial Hospital. The developer hopes the new surgery center and medical office will provide care for the growing number of people living in that area, as well as those who work in the industrial park at PGT and Tervis Tumbler. The plans are preliminary and no official start date is set.
And a Suncoast boxing legend will be inducted this weekend into the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. Over the years, Dave Jaco has fought Mike Tyson, George Foreman, he even trained with Muhammad Ali. Not bad. Now he is enjoying retirement, spending time at his family's gym near Clark and Sawyer Roads. The 63-year-old had 50 professional fights. His biggest win was over Razor Ruddock back in 1985. He's been retired now for 20 years and says he is thrilled by this weekend's induction ceremony.
Well, I was excited, man. It's a real honor. Not many people, but we have a lot of fighters out there. Not many get into the Hall of Fame, and to get in was really an honor.
The induction is set for this Sunday at the West Shore Grand Hotel in Tampa. Very nice. And there's our contact information in case you have any pictures to send us right there at mysuncoast.com.abc7. I had a chance to meet Dave Jaco yesterday, and the good news is he had a chance to fight Mike Tyson. That's kind of neat.
Wow.
But he caught Mike Tyson when Tyson was 19 years old.
Yeah.
On his rise.
Oh my God.
The fight didn't last very long.
Yeah. Still an impressive accolade, though.
Oh, yeah. He fought Tyson, he fought George Foreman, and also trained with Ali. That's quite a resume.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
There you go. So this weekend.
Mother Nature trying to give us a 1-2 punch.
Oh, nice.
Tropical systems in the
There you go.
Wow.
and Caribbean, but we'll talk about it when we return.
Very impressive.
All right, still ahead, one woman making a difference in countless children's lives. Our Linda Carson will introduce us to this week's Amazing Suncoast Woman.
And later in the hour, it was called a referendum on President Trump. We'll tell you who won 2 special elections in Georgia and South Carolina at 5:33 this morning.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
I'm Alan Cohn. A small city with limited resources, many crimes go unsolved in Palmetto. Find out how the public could make a difference.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good to see you, everyone. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. Our current temperature right now outside is 77, the dew point at 74. Humidity at 90%, quite sticky out there for today. So what can we expect? Scattered clouds in our forecast for most of the day. We'll have a few isolated storms in the afternoon, and then dry air moves in over the weekend, bringing us more sunshine. Well, what's going on our radar? Not a lot to show you here across the peninsula, but offshore here in the Gulf of Mexico, the fringe of what is Tropical Storm Cindy on this Wednesday morning. Some isolated showers out here off the shore of, say, Pinellas County here and Anna Maria Island. This is well offshore, but nothing really to show you on our radar. It's all quiet. Of course, the big story is what's happening offshore. And we have a lot of mid to upper level moisture, all due to this tropical system. And here we go. Tropical Storm Cindy. We have sustained winds right now of 16 miles per hour with this storm. It's moving at a pace of 8 miles per hour, edging to the north and northeast, but boy, is it dropping a lot of rain. By the time this is done, maybe 6 to 8 inches of rainfall, and just going over the same area. We call this training, almost like cars on a rail train, on a freight train, just going over the same areas with all this rain. And unfortunately, the soil is getting so saturated it can't contain it anymore, and it just spills out, and we have flooding issues. This is happening through the panhandle of Florida, through southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, into central Mississippi eventually, and Louisiana, and eventually into southeast Texas. We also had another tropical storm, Brett, but this has fizzled out, and we don't have to worry about this anymore. This basically got sheared apart with those upper level winds. The other weather story on the national scale is what's happening out west. They're in the wee hours of the morning here. They're 3 hours behind us, so about 2 o'clock or just after 2 o'clock in the morning here in Phoenix, Arizona. Their current temperature right now is 94 degrees. We're going to be topping out around 119, 120 later today. Rest of the tropics looks quiet at this time. Taking the boat out today, high tide will be at 10:16 a.m., but taking the boat out, maybe not the best to do it today, because we'll have a breezy wind out of the south, 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet just offshore, with choppy conditions in the bay. It's going to be a warm one, though. Upper 80s in our forecast, low 90s depending on where you are, and then dry air moves in over the weekend, and we'll finally have mostly sunny skies in our forecast. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Taking a look at traffic this morning, it's increasing throughout Manatee County, especially on State Road 70 and 301 as you pass through that interchange. Downtown Bradenton looking pretty good if you're heading throughout that direction. I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota County. Again, that congestion still on over through the Ringling Causeway, as Ray mentioned earlier. Looks like Bee Ridge also as you head towards the interstate, getting off of 41, seeing an increase in traffic as we head south into South County. Pretty quiet. No accidents across the Suncoast at 5:18 on your Wednesday morning. Now we honor an amazing Suncoast woman who has made a difference in the lives of thousands of Suncoast children.
Our Linda Carson has a hometown girl who makes this area proud.
Dr. Janet Pullen was born in Delaware and moved to Manatee County when she was 13.
I actually graduated from Manatee High School, and I was the youngest of 5 children. I have 4 older sisters. And so my college counseling was that you will go to Manatee Junior College.
She went on to graduate from Florida State. She and her husband met while attending Manatee High School.
We will be celebrating our 42nd anniversary at the end of August.
They started out after college in Tampa.
My husband was an accountant, and so he'd gone to Tampa to work, and I followed with getting a job in one of the schools in Hillsborough County.
And when they started having their 3 children, they returned home to Manatee County.
I worked out at the junior college. They had a parent resource program, and so for about 8 years while I was having children, I would teach a program called Teach-A-Taught that I developed.
Then she was asked to help St. Stephen's develop a preschool program. That was 30 years ago, and she's been there ever since.
It's just been a fun journey over the years, and I was 15 years as the lower school director and associate head for about 8, and then moved in to become the head of school, and I've done this for 15 years now.
Her 3 children graduated from St. Stephen's, and now she has grandchildren there. St. Stephen's is an independent school with no public funding. 100% of their graduates go to college.
Our job, I believe, is really to provide the opportunity to grow leaders for tomorrow.
The campus has expanded immensely. They have a global program linked with schools in 20 other countries.
Last February, we opened up our new Marine Science Center down by the bayou and the dock. We've also renovated the gym, and we're getting ready to build a new performing arts center.
Jen's still growing too. She got her doctorate degree in 2010, and her life lesson?
Never stop learning. Be a lifelong learner. The world is full of new thoughts and ideas, and never shut your mind to them.
For 30 years, Dr. Jen Pullen has been a guiding force here at St. Stephen's School. She is very proud of the school's past accomplishments and really excited about its future. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
You know, I love these mini biographies each week we see from Linda.
I do too. So many amazing women. I loved her advice, be a lifelong learner. That's unique. I like that one.
Very good. 5:21 right now. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. Uber introducing new app features, including a feature reversing one of the company's long-standing policies. We'll tell you more.
And coming up at 5:30, newly released dash cam video of the fatal shooting of Philando Castile. What police are releasing just days after the officer who shot him is acquitted. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
There are other ways to see us. Apple TV, Amazon Fire, also Roku as well. Whole new world, new vocabulary out there.
I know. So many new technologies to take advantage of, and watch us on ABC 7.
5:24, welcome back. First day of summer on this Wednesday morning.
We're learning more about when Samsung will likely reveal its Galaxy Note 8.
And Amazon is testing a new program that lets you try on and return clothes for free.
In today's Tech Bites, Uber's founder is out as CEO.
Travis Kalanick resigned overnight under pressure from investors. His departure follows a series of scandals, including allegations of sexual harassment.
The 40-year-old started Uber just 8 years ago.
Meantime, Uber is reversing a long-standing policy and is starting to allow passengers to tip their drivers.
Yeah, after you ride, you can use a new feature in Uber's app to leave a tip. Now, right now, this tipping function is only available in Houston, Minneapolis, and Seattle. It will, however, be nationwide by the end of next month.
And Amazon is making it much easier to shop by letting you try before you buy. Amazon Prime Wardrobe will soon let customers order up to 15 items of clothing or shoes with no upfront costs.
Okay, so you can try them for 7 days, then return whatever you don't want free of charge. If you keep at least 5 items, you get 20% off.
Nice! Go
Win-win.
shopping.
Try on.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Capital One.
Earning your cash back shouldn't be this complicated. Yet some cards limit where you earn bonus cash back to a few places, and then change those places every few months. Enough with that. With Quicksilver from Capital One, you've always earned unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, everywhere. Welcome to Unlimited. What's in your wallet?
Before we hit the beach, I gotta hit the loo. We can't stay here.
Why?
Terrible toilet paper. I'll never get clean.
Way ahead of you, Big Daddy. Charmin Ultra Strong. Its washcloth-like texture helps clean better. It's 4 times stronger, and you can use less. Beautiful view.
Thanks to Charmin and you, Honey Bear.
Oh, we all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance, I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, 2 special elections in Georgia and South Carolina, and a celebration for one political party. We'll tell you who is headed to Washington.
Plus, a Confederate statue in Orlando relocated after public outcry that it stands for racism. We'll have details on where it's now being moved.
And if you need to fly north, you'll want to hear about some new direct flights out of Southwest Florida. Tray tables up. Good Morning Suncoast is taking off right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning. This is a pretty shot of the Rosemary District with the lights of downtown Sarasota in the background.
That's right. Pretty cloudy out there, though, today.
Yeah, the beat goes on. Not a lot of Chamber of Commerce weather. Good morning, 5:30. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. It is the first day of summer, which is some great news, but unfortunately not summer-like weather. Let's check in with meteorologist Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Yeah, partly to mostly cloudy skies in our forecast today, though the summer weather will be in the heat as far as our highs today. Let's check out our current temperatures right now in the upper 70s across the board, both Sarasota, Bradenton, and Venice. Some shower activity, but that's to the west off the coast of the Suncoast. Right now, the radar looks very quiet for us, and the big story is Tropical Storm Cindy. And when I return, we'll break this down for you and let you know where it's heading and who it's affecting.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. Let's check the roads first off in Manatee County. A little bit of congestion already as you head into downtown Bradenton. Let's check farther south now into Sarasota County. Funny how there's still a buildup coming around St. Armand's Circle and heading toward the Ringling Causeway by the Yacht Club. There's no reason why that's going on necessarily. And also a couple of slow spots on 41 north and south around the Venice area. 5:31 now on your Wednesday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, President Trump is celebrating a political win in Georgia this morning.
The most expensive race in congressional history goes to the GOP, and so does another hotly contested race in South Carolina. Reed Binion has the results.
It's a historic win for Karen Handel. She became Georgia's first female Republican Congresswoman-elect Tuesday night. Handel will fill the seat left vacant after Tom Price became President Trump's Health and Human Services Secretary.
Tonight I stand before you extraordinarily humbled and honored.
Handel beating Democratic challenger John Ossoff.
So this is not the outcome any of us were hoping for. But this is the beginning of something much bigger than us.
The political battle in the Peach State was the most expensive U.S. House race ever at more than $55 million. Ossoff supporters pumped $23 million into his campaign, and there was a major push to flip the district, which has been in the GOP's control since 1978. Democrats hoping for upsets in traditionally conservative districts have now gone 0 for 4 in special elections this year. And political analysts say Handel's victory raises questions about whether Democrats can win with anti-Trump rhetoric. During her victory speech, Handel vowed to represent members of both parties.
My promise is to work every single day relentlessly to make our state and this country a better place.
Mr. Trump tweeted a message for the winner Tuesday night saying, quote, "Congratulations to Karen Handel on her big win in Georgia's 6th. Fantastic job. We are all very proud of you." I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Developing overnight, newly released police dashcam video showing an officer fatally shooting Philando Castile during a traffic stop last year has been released. Now, we do want to warn you, what you are about to see is pretty graphic. The video shows Officer Geronimo Yanez calmly speaking to Castile, who immediately notifies Yanez he's carrying a firearm. Officer Yanez can be heard instructing Castile not to pull out the weapon, and Castile says that he will not. Yanez again says not to reach for the gun before he pulls his own weapon and fires 7 shots. Castile's girlfriend has said he was reaching for his wallet, not a gun. That incident received immediate media attention when Castile's girlfriend, sitting in the passenger seat, started to live stream the whole event on Facebook right after the shooting. The police video was used as evidence in the Yanez trial just last week. A jury acquitted him of all charges.
Meantime, the family of Michael Brown has reached a settlement in their wrongful death suit against the city of Ferguson, Missouri. Officer Darren Wilson fatally shot Brown nearly 3 years ago. An investigation by the Justice Department brought no charges against Wilson, who maintained he acted in self-defense. Details of the settlement were not made public. The original lawsuit shows the Brown family was seeking $75,000. The federal judge called the settlement fair and reasonable compensation. Back in Florida, a Confederate statue referred to as Johnny Reb was removed from an Orlando park and moved to a nearby cemetery. It comes after renewed public outcry that it's a symbol of racism and white supremacy. So crews disassembled and removed the Confederate statue from Lake Eola Park near downtown yesterday. The 106-year-old statue has been called a symbol of slavery by critics and has been at the center of debate for years. It's being moved to Greenwood Cemetery in a section set aside for Confederate veterans.
More than a dozen people are recovering this morning after sustaining injuries during turbulence on a flight to Houston. The flight from Panama City to Houston was over Cancun, Mexico, on the edge of a tropical storm when it hit turbulence. Paramedics assisted the passengers after the plane landed at George Bush Intercontinental Airport. United says the injuries include 9 passengers and 1 crew member. Houston's fire chief says 7 people were hospitalized. Their conditions are unknown, although paramedics say most of the injuries appeared to be minor.
And speaking of airlines, Delta testing a new way to check your luggage. The airline is installing its self-service kiosks at Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. First off, if a passenger has a passport, they can use a facial recognition machine to check in their bags. It takes about 30 seconds for a face to be verified or not. Delta says any scanned facial images are immediately deleted after a match is confirmed and will not be sent to a central database. Delta is also testing these kiosks in Atlanta and New York as well. And if you don't mind driving a bit more, there are some new flights out of Fort Myers that could save you some money. Allegiant Airlines adding nonstop flights to Flint, Michigan, Milwaukee, St. Cloud, Minnesota, and also Rochester and Newburgh, New York. Routes are set to begin operation as early as October. We're at 5:36 right now. A suspected suicide bomber was shot and killed at a Brussels railway station.
While no other injuries were reported, witnesses say they heard 2 explosions and gunfire. ABC's Kenneth Moten has more.
Belgium on high alert after explosions at a Brussels train station. Police and firefighters quickly on the scene. The station in the middle of the city evacuated.
When we suddenly heard a lot of people starting running and screaming by us, it sounded more like a stampede. We didn't hear any other sounds, but other people running, screaming by us.
On Twitter, police said the incident was under control. Several Belgian officials told ABC News 1 suspect was shot by the military after the explosion at Brussels Central Station, and he was wearing what appeared to be an explosive belt, but authorities have yet to confirm whether it was real. Witness Arash Azami was there.
We arrived at the station probably seconds after the explosion, so the thing that we saw was people running out of the station.
Belgium has been on high alert since suicide bombers killed more than 30 people on the subway and at the airport in Brussels March of last year. This latest incident in Europe comes 1 day after a terrorist attack in London. A man driving a white van slammed into a crowd of pedestrians outside a mosque, Muslim worshippers who just finished their prayers. And in Paris, a car packed with explosives crashed into a police van. No officers or innocent bystanders were injured, only the armed driver who was killed. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Back in Washington, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced Tuesday he plans to release a discussion draft of the Republicans' health care bill tomorrow. McConnell hopes to send the final bill to the Congressional Budget Office this week so they can review it and issue a report early next week. McConnell has said he wants to bring the bill to a vote before the July 4th recess. Both Republicans and Democrats have grumbled about not seeing the Senate bill yet, and some have said it's even being written in secret. It would only take 3 Republican senators voting against the bill to kill it. It's not known whether President Trump has seen the measure after asking for a more generous bill than the one passed by the House. And the Senate has confirmed President Trump's pick to lead the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. The federal agency that oversees disasters and recovery efforts' new leader is Brock Long. Long previously ran Alabama's Emergency Management Agency and served as that state's on-scene incident commander during the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico in 2010. The agency has already managed 41 disaster declarations this year. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has proposed cutting nearly $1 billion from the agency's budget.
And as FEMA gets a new director, all eyes are on the tropics as Tropical Storm Cindy makes its way across the Gulf of Mexico. Cindy officially became a tropical storm yesterday with winds up to 45 miles per hour. A state of emergency is now in effect in Alabama, and in New Orleans, they're already preparing for flooding as the region continues to get hit with heavy rain.
We're expecting between 3 to 12 inches. That's a very big gap. 3 to 12 inches of rain. 3 inches of rain means that you're going to get some flooding. 12 inches of rain means that you're going to get a lot. You know where the low-lying areas are. You know where the dangers are. So we're calling you into alert right now.
Cindy is expected to make landfall tomorrow morning. Meantime, out west on this first day of summer, all eyes on the extreme heat that caused dozens of flights to be canceled yesterday. American Airlines itself dropped 43 flights in Phoenix because it was too hot to fly. You don't hear that too often. Temperatures hit a record of 119 degrees. Not just Arizona either. In California, 29 million people are under a heat advisory or warning.
With hurricane season in full swing, hundreds of thousands of Floridians may soon have to pay more for property insurance. Citizens Insurance is expected to raise their rates in early 2018. The company wants to raise homeowners' rates an average of 5% and commercial accounts by 8%. Citizens has more than 451,000 customers. Florida has not been hit with any major hurricanes in recent years, but Citizens officials say rate hikes are needed to deal with claims associated with water losses.
Meantime, the city of Northport looking for more volunteers to help when severe weather hits the area. The city is working with the National Weather Service to offer a free Skywarn spotter training class. Anyone with interest and access to a ham radio can join the program. Training covers identifying severe weather and how to report information. The training will be a week from this morning at Northport City Hall. And look at this. Some residents of the Florida Panhandle are cleaning up after a water spout was formed near St. George Island, this in Franklin County. It did damage to a few homes, but fortunately no injuries reported. The area was under a tornado warning, and several coastal areas along Florida's Big Bend and Panhandle are under a flood advisory. These are busy times in the weather office, Josh.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Tropical Storm Cindy, we had Brett that has now fizzled out, but a lot of things going on in the tropics, and we'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Still ahead, coconut oil, a popular health trend around the country, but is its use limited to hand and skin care?
We'll tell you why health experts are saying the oil is now being added to food. Up next in Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G-Freed has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G-Freed Flooring America. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind Your Meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. Looking at the current temperatures outside, upper 70s, so it's quite warm when you walk outside on this Wednesday morning. 77 right now in Sarasota, 79 in Venice. Our radar remains quiet for the peninsula. Offshore, not so much. This is the fringe of what is Tropical Storm Cindy, but we do have a southerly wind kicking up that warm air, and that's why temperatures are very muggy right now. We start our day in the upper 70s. Our highs are going to top out in the upper 80s, low 90s. But the action as far as shower activity goes, well offshore here in the Gulf of Mexico with some heavier showers and thunderstorms. And looks like that's going to stay offshore today as this pulls to the north and northwest. But there is a lot of mid to upper level moisture, which is going to cause partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for our Wednesday. And let's talk a little bit more about this tropical storm. Tropical Storm City moving to the north, about 8 miles per hour. The pressure right now is at 997 millibars. And the maximum sustained winds of this storm is at 60 miles per hour. So it's a pretty decent tropical storm. It's moving slowly to the north, but we call this training. All this moisture just wrapping around over the same areas in the panhandle of Florida, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, the parishes of southern Louisiana. We call it training because the storms are like rail cars over the rail tracks, and they go over the same areas over and over and over again, dropping a lot of rain, 6 to 8 inches of rain, and some areas could receive up to 12 inches of rain. So they're dealing with some issues here, and this could cause a lot of flooding, unfortunately, for our friends in the northern Gulf Coast. Did have another tropical system. This was Brett the other day. This has fizzled out thanks to the upper level wind shearing it apart, so we're not worried about that in the southern Caribbean. Rest of the tropics are quiet at this time. The other big weather story is out west here in Phoenix, Arizona. Their current temperature, and remember, they're 3 hours behind us, 94 degrees right now. They're going to have a very comfortable 117 later today, and then maybe they'll cool back off to a more comfortable 94 again by tomorrow morning. Taking the plane from SRQ to Atlanta, LaGuardia, Chicago, Charlotte today, no issues with travel delays. Looking at the tides, the high tide will be at 10:16 a.m., but yeah, not the best day to take the boat out because we have seas 4 to 6 feet with choppy conditions in the inland waterways. Temperature at the beach 87 degrees, 89 inland today, and as far as when we're going to have abundant amount of sunshine, that comes over the weekend with dry air moving in. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. Increasing throughout Manatee County. 301 heading northbound, seeing an increase in traffic. Also towards Cortez and 41 as you head throughout that area, seeing some more cars on the roadway. As we head into Sarasota County, looks like 41 as you head into 301 where it diverges there, seeing an increase in traffic. Bee Ridge and Clark Road as you head towards an interstate, seeing some more cars on the roadway. But in South County, looking pretty quiet. No accidents at 5:49 on your Wednesday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, it's the vitamin pill millions of Americans take every day, vitamin D.
You know, one of my brothers is a doctor in Buffalo. Plenty of clouds, no sun.
Right.
He takes vitamin D every day.
Oh.
Due to the lack of sun in Buffalo.
Okay, that makes sense.
And he's a doctor. He knows what he's talking about. But how much vitamin D is too much? The answer from ABC's Janae Norman.
It's called the sunshine vitamin, though you probably get most of it in your food, and if you're like millions of Americans, in pill form. It's vitamin D, and it's the hot new supplement, particularly on the heels of recent research suggesting that many of us may be deficient in it. But are some of us taking vitamin D supplementation too far? Researchers at the University of Minnesota leading a study looking at trends in the use of vitamin D supplements, finding that in 2013 and 2014, nearly 1 in 5 American adults routinely took potentially excessive amounts. And while fewer than 1 in 1,000 adults took amounts of the supplement considered potentially dangerous in 2006, this number shot up to nearly 1 in 30 in less than a decade. Consequences of excessive vitamin D possibly including an increased risk of falls and fractures, kidney stones, even a higher risk of certain cancers. Bottom line, there may be too much of a good thing. So skip the pills and opt instead for reasonably adding vitamin D containing foods like fatty fish, fortified dairy, and fortified cereals to your diet. With this Medical Minute, I'm Janae Norman.
In other health news, coconut oil has become quite the health trend, and not just for your hair or your skin. Many people are cooking with it or adding it to their food, and that is stumping heart health experts. That's because the American Heart Association is recommending against eating it because they say it's high in saturated fat. In fact, 82% of the fat in coconut oil is saturated, even higher than butter at 63% and beef fat at 50%. Data showed coconut oil increased bad cholesterol in all controlled trials, which is some detrimental news for me because I cook with coconut oil on everything. I don't coconut oil or olive oil. Now
Really?
I'm upset.
Can you taste it at all?
No, you can't really taste that much of a difference. It's great. I like it. So I guess I'll have to look into that study some more.
Apparently so. 5:51 right now. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll update the day's top local news headlines and a lesson in looking down before you reach to pick something up.
We'll tell you what one woman who got the surprise of her life in California after this.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
For years, I've told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back, 5:55 on your Wednesday morning. Here are the top stories we're following for you today.
Sarasota police releasing surveillance video of a shootout Monday afternoon on US 301 near Newtown. Bullets flew back and forth among the traffic in North Sarasota.
And New College of Florida wants to increase enrollment by 50%. A new $5 million state grant will also help the Sarasota school hire more faculty.
And a local boxer going to the Hall of Fame this weekend. 63-year-old Dave Jaco inducted in Tampa. He had fights against Mike Tyson and George Foreman, also trained with Muhammad Ali.
And finally this hour, let this be a lesson to think twice before you grab anything off the ground. Take a look. A woman in California had a very close call with a rattlesnake. She was in her yard and picked up what she thought was a rope toy for her dog. It was no rope toy, though. It was actually a baby rattlesnake. Panic ensued, ran out of there. I don't blame her. I would have done the same thing. Oh, my gosh. Oh,
there's the dance.
No.
All right, we'll have more local news headlines, Josh's forecast and traffic after this. Stay with us.